Now, Cambridgeshire Police are now investigating whether 3 knife-related incidents in Peterborough on Friday and Saturday are linked to Saturday evening's attack on a train travelling from Doncaster to London. 5 victims remain in hospital. Nick Johnson has the latest.
Anthony Williams, accused of attempting to murder 11 people in 2 separate attacks. Onlookers jeered and pelted his prison van as he was returned to custody following his first appearance at Peterborough Magistrates Court yesterday. The 32-year-old is accused of attempting to murder 10 people on the LNER train that was forced to stop at Huntingdon station on Saturday evening, and later assaulting a police officer, as well as the attempted murder of a man at Pontoon Dock DLR station in East London in the early hours of Saturday morning. What's more, Cambridgeshire Police knew about 3 other incidents involving knives in the hours before the attack on the train. On Friday at 7:10 in the evening, a 14-year-old boy was stabbed in Peterborough city centre. At 7:25, a man was seen with a knife at ritzy Barbers in the Fletton area. The next morning at 9:25, he was seen with a knife in the Barbers again, but he'd left by the time police had arrived. The LNER train left Doncaster at 6:25 p.m. for London's King's Cross, stopping at Peterborough station, where the alleged attacker got on. Cambridgeshire Police received the first call from passengers on board at 7:39 p.m. At 7:41, the train makes an emergency stop at Huntingdon station. The alleged attacker then jumps the station fence into the car park, where he's detained by police. Cambridgeshire Police says it's looking into whether the earlier incidents were linked to the train attack, raising the question as to whether it could have been prevented. Among the alleged attacker's victims was Scunthorpe United professional footballer Jonathan Joshi and Nottingham Forest football fan Stephen Crean.
He says, "Do you want to die?" And I said, "No, I don't want to die." He said, "Do you want to die?" About 3 times. He started swinging and I grabbed his arm, and that's when the fingers are quite, they're being quite not a pretty sight. But then he caught me on the head and stuff like that.
In their panic, some passengers fleeing the train rushed to this block of flats, where they were helped by its residents.
Went and answered the door, and them at the door said, "Could you let us hear? Something's happened, there's been a stabbing." There was a man with his 2 children, and there was 2 young girls and a young girl on her own.
After a little while we got up and hugged her, and the boy got up with him as well. They all had a little hug together.
The train has now left Huntingdon station, but the investigation continues. Anthony Williams will appear at Cambridge Crown Court next month. Nick Johnson, BBC News.